All right, so the next game, Jay, you had the defending number 1 seed in the AFC, Baltimore Ravens, led by the MVP Lamar Jackson, going up against Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns in the debut of rookie head coach Kevin Stefanski for the Browns. And the Ravens decided to dismantle the Browns in front of the eyes of the world by beating them 38-6. Yeah, Lamar Jackson with 275 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, Baker Mayfield, 21 of 39, which is a terrible completion percentage, 189 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. So, Jay, was this the same old Browns, or should we give them time?
Same old Browns. That's number one. I thought Baker Mayfield was known for being accurate.
Yes.
That is an issue. The next problem they have is their defense is atrocious. It just looked really, 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 really bad. The Ravens ran the ball 30 times for 107 yards, averaging 3.6 yards a carry. They didn't run the ball very well. Lamar Jackson just picked them apart on the pass game. That should tell you something. Not only Lamar Jackson a really good passer, but their defense just wasn't prepared in that game like they're supposed to be.
And they should have been. I mean, amongst teams who were able to face this Ravens team 2 times before and beat them in the first game last season.
Yes, Nick Chubb ate him up. Nick Chubb had 10 carries, 60 yards.
And there's the problem.
and Kareem Hunt had 13 carries and 72 yards.
They were running the ball effectively, and they either stopped or they felt like they had to stop because they got down.
They had to stop early. And it was when the game blew open. And they felt they needed to throw the ball more with Baker, when in all actuality, you should throw the ball less with Baker.
Here's what I say. I say give them time for 2 reasons. First reason, you don't want to measure where you truly are against a team like the Ravens, at least not this early in the season, because they're one of the picks to come out of the AFC to go to the Super Bowl. I picked them to win the Super Bowl. So this is a very good team. They were last year, fudged up in the playoffs, but they're back again this year, and they look even better than they did last year. That's the first reason why. The second is I'm going to give them 1 more week. Okay. They play Thursday night against Joe Burrow and the Bengals. If they lose that game, then it is the same old Browns. And they're in for another top 5 pick next season. Probably a quarterback, because Baker Mayfield is either going to be on the bench or he won't be there at all. So I give them 1 more week, 1 more game, short turnaround against the Bengals. And if they lose that game, or if they win it but look bad, like the Bengals lose themselves, then still I probably am going to say the same old Browns. They need to dominate this game. It's a divisional game. They know this team.
Yep.
And they have a rookie quarterback. So they need to dominate this game. If they can't do that, they're in trouble.
Yeah, and
huge trouble.
Honestly, the Bengals looked pretty good.
Yes, they did.
Joe Burrow out there getting his bearings. It looked like he was grounding himself. And
they should have tied that game.
They should have. That kicker, of course, did what the Bengals typically do is, that blunder. But overall, so I'm with you. The Browns, we should give them time, but at the same time, this is the same team from last year. Roughly. I mean, they've got Myles Garrett back out there. Welcome back after your suspension.
Right.
They basically have, I think if anything, their defense changed. But that's really it. Offensively, you got Chubb, you got Hunt, you got Landry, Njoku's back. You added Austin Hooper to go along with Odell Beckham Jr. He has all the offensive weapons you need. And Baker's got to take control and lead. That's what he's got to do.
Somebody's got to. I mean, because, again, going back to culture, how do you respond when you're down? That says a lot about your culture. And once the Ravens got on them psychologically, they were down, they were finished, and the final score reflects that. So, at what point does that – because you have all this talent, just like Dallas, but you just don't perform up to the standards of or exceed the talent that you have. So even though Kevin Stefanski may have this great offensive system, and I doubt that he does, because watching the Vikings from last season, I wasn't blown away.
Right.
At what point is it the culture in that this team, no matter how talented they are, just can't surmount the culture?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. They're stuck in the way of the Browns, kind of like the Clippers are stuck in the way of the LA Clippers.
Like, we're going to lose. That's what we do here. No matter how good we are, we're going to lose.
We're winning. It's great that we're winning, but we have to go back to normal eventually. It's that mentality, that poor person mentality. You get a whole bunch of money, you start spending all of it because you need to get yourself back unconsciously to be broke again, because that's where you were comfortable.
Right.
You have all this money, now you're worried about losing all this money, so you spend all this money and you get back to being poor and you're like, okay.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry no more. I ain't got nothing to lose now.
I nothing to lose. Time to start over. Let's hustle again. Let's see if the Browns can hustle again.
What would your prediction be of that game Thursday night against the Bengals? What do you think is going to happen?
Oh, Browns lose it 6-3.
6-3.
I know that'd be terrible.
Right.
No, I see the Browns winning it. I see it being more of a little bit of a shootout, because, like I said, the Browns defense is just doesn't look like it's very good. Even though they played the Ravens, and the Ravens are amazing on offense. They
Yes.
are the best offense in the league. I'm sorry, they're number one.
Even over the Chiefs?
Yes.
Because of the run game that they have?
Overall, yes. Because they can do both. And their run game did nothing this game. It was all Lamar Jackson passing the ball. So that's the one I'll give the Ravens on that. But I'll say the Browns can win. The Browns should be able to win the game 21-17.
You know what? Just to see what happens, I'm kind of hoping they lose.
Oh, yeah.
Because like you said, Burrow, he looked like a rookie, but he looks like he wasn't afraid. He looked like he was in command. And like I said, that team should have tied that game and probably would have won it if they were able to tie it and go into overtime.
Yeah. That 23-yard touchdown run he made at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
That showed some balls.
Yeah.
Because I've been terrified running up the middle with those big old linebackers.
Because the Chargers have a real defense.
They have a real defense. K9's out there waiting for him. Well, he's met K9 before, but that's not the
Right.
point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
that's
Melvin
true.
Ingram and the way
Bosa, they're there.
they're there. They're ready. They're ready to go. So